Welcome back. I'd like to welcome Janie Durrell, who's going to give us a United update. And I understand that there's a new policy that's going to go into place that's some sort of an unauthorized alteration fee. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Now, before we went on, we were talking a little bit about why this came about. Can you give me a little idea of sort of a background on it?
Staff has discovered that there are many unauthorized alterations going on. And so this policy, which the board voted on July the 10th, will take effect September the 1st. And the policy really has to do with a new fine of $300 for unauthorized alterations. Okay. Staff has gone out and discovered, like I said, many new alterations that are unauthorized. Right. And we're trying to bring it all back to compliance. The situation is that when one of our members sells their unit, all of a sudden, with the inspection done through alterations, that there are unauthorized alterations that have not been approved, and then all of those have to be brought up to our code and also the city code. Right. So July 10th was when the board went ahead and they did the first hearing and vote for this particular policy. Mm-hmm. And it will be voted on for permanent at our next board meeting. Right. And the fine that we're looking at is $300. It takes approximately 5 hours between compliance and our alteration staff to do all of the research, and that's the reason. So we are not losing money, staff time.
Right, exactly.
And so it's paid for that way.
Right, okay. What kind of alterations are we talking about? I mean, are they taking out walls? Are they doing unpermitted stuff?
Anything that is required, and those items we've discussed in the past, but if they go to Windows 7, they can get all the information on what is required for an alteration, okay, and also a permit through the City of Laguna Woods.
Okay, okay, great. So what do you guys do when unauthorized work is discovered? You have an inspector that goes out, and then what happens after that?
So a stop work notice is issued, and everything is stopped. Then a ticket is written. Okay. And it's entered into the system through the compliance department, and there will be a follow-up to be sure when an inspector goes back out within 5 days, okay, that alteration is stopped until all of the paperwork is done, and they get a permit, mm-hmm, through an approval through our department downstairs, okay, through our permit department and also the city.
Okay, okay. And then if they find that, maybe they're continuing the work, or they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, then does the person have to go in front of a committee? Or?
Yes, once a ticket is issued and compliance is involved, the matter is then scheduled for a disciplinarian hearing with the board of directors, right, to determine what the discipline merit would be, and the executive hearing committee will talk with the member, right, and after that period of discussion, then a fee is also a fee is then given, and the compliance department then goes back out and does another inspection to be sure that they have stopped with their unauthorized alteration.
Okay. Well, what happens if? Oh, here I was noticing that you said about $350 would be the fee. Is there ever going to be anything on top of that?
Well, they will be fined, right, by the board, but the unauthorized alteration fee is approximately $300, and that, okay, will be in effect September 1st once the board approves it at our next board meeting.
Okay, okay. And then I also noticed that even though they pay the fee, that doesn't exclude them from anything additional, right?
That's right. The fines, okay, that have been given to them through the board, okay, and the hearings and compliance and all. So, okay. And it doesn't exempt them from any of their fees that they have to pay for the permits.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And so that goes in effect September 1st.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So anybody that has had anything prior to that, they're kind of off the hook, or?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
You
Oh,
know,
well, that's good to know.
They're still getting their stop notices.
Okay.
The stop work notices. They're still having to come to the board. Still have to, and they will be ticketed and they will be fined.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, do not do any unauthorized alterations, is what I think you're trying to say.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Okay.
right.
All
So
right,
just
good.
make it easier when
Yeah.
you have the process of going through the resale inspection when you decide to sell.
Exactly. All right. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We'll be right back after this.